But right here, we're going to go ahead, snap this ball. You can see right there, the gap is created for us. We're going to arm bar him, or he's just get arm barred. And we're going to go, we're going to go to the house for a touchdown. Are you struggling to stop the run? Be sure you check out Meister Madden for a full guide covering all the meta formations from I form close to heavy panther. What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over a run that's going to be really good in attacking the 3-4 defense. Now, on MeisterMadden.com, it's going to be in the description. We have defense for this. So we're going to be working in I form H wing. A lot of times people like to run this stretch alert X looky. Now, when they start really picking that up and start pretty much stop you, what you're going to go to is going to go into HB ISO. So some defense people like to run, I don't run it very much, is, let's see if I can find it, Edge Blitz 1. It's going to be something like this. And this is what a lot of people are going to be running. They might even blitz X and do something like this and then use the safety. Now, a way that I've kind of found to counteract that, I'm going to hop off the safety real fast. Come on. A way that I've kind of counteracted that is I actually just motion over this tight end. And sometimes you can flip it, and sometimes you don't have to. But if you're going to flip the run, what you need to do, and this is the same thing with like stretch out of pretty much any I form wing, you need to flip it beforehand and then proceed to motion over the tight end. Now, this isn't necessary, and it kind of just depends on how the game's going. But you guys will see that we're generally going to get pretty good gaps to fill up right there. That time we just get bad blocking downfield. But most times you're going to find yourself getting some good blocks against this 3-4 odd set. So we'll go ahead and set this defense up. Again, I don't really run Edge Blitz 1 anymore. It's too easy to dot up. But just motion over this guy. We'll try and set this defense up again. And you're just going to find the open hole. As you can see right here, to the races. Try trucking Neil Thomas. I don't know how well it's going to work out in real life. But you can see right there, we get the gap that we need for us to shoot through. So again, we'll set this up one more time. The defense is all ready. We're going to motion this guy over. And it kind of just varies. Sometimes you flip the run. Sometimes you don't have to. But it's the same principle as always. You can see right there. That time, again, bad blocks. But we're still getting consistent yards. Now, this is going to work out any kind of 3-4 odd set that you're going to go against. I haven't tested this against anything else pretty much. But even if they do something like this, you generally can run it up the middle. But in this case, if they're really stacking the box, I'm going to be looking for a stretch right off of the rip. So we'll try it right here, see if we can get some gaps. That time, again, our Cowboys online, apparently they can't block the freaking Ravens defensive line right now. Ay, ay, ay. What is up, YouTube? I'm bringing you guys a run that you can mix in with your stretch play, and we're going to be going into the infamous I form H wing. Now, on MeisterMadden.com, we have defense for this run we're going to be covering today. The run we're going to be working with is HBI. So now this is a very situational run that you're going to use, and what we're going to be using this for is when they really start setting up a lot for the stretch, because we've used the stretch alert X looky a lot. And then we're going to make them regret ever setting up for the stretch, and we're going to run this ISO. So Edge Blitz 1 is a defense that a lot of people like to run. I don't run that. I run a completely different defense. But if you see people doing the setup like this where they pinch their D-line, spread their linebackers, it's a really common theme. What you want to do is you want to just motion over this tight end out of wing, run HBI, so there's no need to flip it. If you flip it, sometimes it's better, other times it's not. It just kind of depends on the game. So we're going to go ahead and just run this without flipping it right up the gut. And you can see if we were clicked off of the safety right there, I didn't mean to stay clicked on. The safety would have been one-on-one with Ezekiel Elliott, and the odds are we probably would have arm-barred him and got a touchdown out of it. So I'm going to hop onto the defensive line this time, set up Edge Blitz like how a lot of people like to set it up. I don't run it again. I just think it's not that good of run defense. There's much better run defense out there. But right here, we're going to go ahead, snap this ball. You can see right there, the gap is created for us. We're going to arm bar him, or he's just get arm barred. And we're going to go to the house for a touchdown every single time against any kind of 3-4 odd. Now, with the most recent update, the cover 4 drop show 2 or any kind of cover 4, the way that the defenders, especially the two safeties, react, they react a lot more aggressively, which I think is a good thing because they're way too passive pre-patch. So that was good. But generally, you're still going to be able to get away with HB ISO even if they set up the defense like this. Now, you're not going to get as many yards, obviously, because these safeties just bite down and they're on a lot harder now. But you should still be able to get away with something out of this. So again, 4 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards. You're going to break one eventually and get a big gain out of it. Now, do keep in mind this is just like a basic defense, not doing a whole lot of super fancy stuff, but this is a pretty generic thing, what a lot of people like to do to shut down the run. And you can see right here, again and again, if we can get good blocking, we're getting 3, 4, 5 yards on the run consistently. We are never getting stuck in the backfield, and this is probably one of the hardest gaps to shoot as a user. But again, Meister Madden has defense for this. So with that being said, be sure you guys check it out. It will be in the description. But we'll do this one more time again. It's HB ISO out of this I-form wing. This is pretty much when you have stretched them to death. You're going to audible into this, or you're going to just come out in HB ISO, motion over that tight end to pick. Let me see if I can hop on them to pick up that outside linebacker. Otherwise, they're generally going to come through clean off the edge and just get you in the backfield and get some good yards. While it may not be huge, again, 4 or 5, that time 6 yards with Ezekiel Elliott falling forward. So once you guys have started using stretch and they've pretty much like overly committed to the stretch, come on. Okay, I guess, okay. All right, never mind. There we go. Like, I don't think we do that in practice mode. But if they've overly committed to the stretch, like they shift everybody to the right, again, same thing. You're going to go ISO right up the middle. And you can see, again, that time we get bad blocking. Had that safety got blocked, we would have been gone for a touchdown. This time we're going to a cover 2 and kind of do the same thing that a lot of people like to do. Same thing, motion this guy over to pick up that outside linebacker, and we're going to run it right up the gut. Had to bounce it to the outside, but again, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards every single time, guaranteed. So I was talking, this is probably one of the most difficult gaps to shoot in Madden 20 just for how good the blocking is out of this motion. I actually just found this when I was playing a game just like probably a week ago. I'm like, okay, is this a glitch? But nope. Happened to come across this, and then I hopped into AKG's stream like a few days later and saw him doing this. I'm like, hot dang, everybody's doing this. So you guys can see, again, it's consistent yardage. We're picking up a first down guaranteed after 3 plays. For those that like to run the ball, this is going to be something that's going to be extremely effective to work in. It's going to be any kind of coverage. Again, with runners, you guys got to play smart. If they're stacking the box like this, the odds are not in your favor. And generally in this situation, I would actually probably call a stretch play and bounce it to the outside. But we'll see right here. Maybe we can get lucky. We're going to just press right here. See if we can get some yardage out of this again. So that time, about 3 yards. Had they held their blocks a little bit better, it would have been at least a 4-yard gain. So we'll do this one more time. We're just going to pinch everybody and we'll press, bring the safeties down, motion this guy over, and run HB ISO again. So we'll snap the ball, look for the open hole. You can see we can bounce it to the outside. And again, 3, 4 yards. We're never, ever losing yards. Not once have we been stuffed in the backfield or even at the offensive line. We're always gaining yards. If you need short yards and they're in a 3-4 odd set, go into HB ISO, motion that tight end over, and just find the open gap that is provided. If you need to bounce it to the outside, bounce it to the outside. Generally, it's going to be one of the 8 gaps that you're going to run up and get a good gain about 4 or 5 yards, and sometimes even get lucky and break it for a house call. So that's going to take care of this video for all you toters out there. Start using this, start spamming it for those short downs. And until next time, guys, get in the lab, check out Meister Madden for run defense. We go over this as well, and we will see you guys in the next.